IELTS Speaking Test. Do you work or are you a student?
At the moment, I'm not working or studying formally. I actually graduated about 4 months ago with a master's degree in environmental science. Since then, I've been taking some time to prepare for my future career. I've also been focusing on improving my English skills, preparing for the IELTS test, and learning a few technical tools like GIS and data visualization, which are very useful in my field. I see this period as a transition between my academic life and my professional career.
What subject did you enjoy most at university?
One of the subjects I really enjoyed was environmental policy and management. It allowed me to understand not only the scientific side of environmental issues, but also how governments and organizations develop strategies to tackle them. I found it fascinating because it connects theory with real-world problems. For example, we studied the Bangladesh Delta Plan 2100, which is directly linked to climate change and water management in my country. It made me realize how important it is to integrate science with policy.
Do you prefer spending time indoors or outdoors?
I enjoy both, but if I have to choose, I prefer spending time outdoors. Being close to nature gives me energy and peace of mind. I often go for short walks in parks or near rivers whenever possible. On the other hand, I also enjoy staying indoors when I want to read, study, or watch educational videos. So I try to balance both, but I feel outdoor time is very important for physical and mental health.
Do you think your hometown is a good place to live? Why or why not?
Yes, I think my hometown is quite a good place to live, but it has both strengths and weaknesses. On the positive side, it has a strong sense of community, affordable living costs, and easy access to local markets and fresh food. However, there are also challenges, such as traffic congestion, pollution, and sometimes flooding during the rainy season. Despite these issues, I feel connected to my hometown because it's where my family and memories are.
Sample cue card topic. Describe a time when you made an important decision in your life. You should say what the decision was, when you made it, how you made it, and explain why it was important.
One of the most important decisions I made in my life was choosing to study environmental science for my higher education. I made this decision when I was finishing my higher secondary school. At that time, most of my classmates were interested in studying engineering, medicine, or business administration. However, I was deeply concerned about environmental issues, especially after witnessing frequent floods and water pollution problems in my area. I realized that if I studied environmental science, I could gain knowledge and skills to contribute to solving these challenges. To make this decision, I researched different subjects, discussed with my teachers and parents, and also read articles about career opportunities. I discovered that environmental science is becoming increasingly important, not only in Bangladesh, but all over the world. This decision was very important because it shaped my entire academic path. It also influenced my current career goals. I feel proud that I chose this field because it allows me to combine my personal passion with professional opportunities. Looking back, I believe it was the right decision, and I'm confident it will help me build a meaningful career in the future.
Do you think making decisions is difficult for young people? Why?
Yes, I believe it can be quite difficult for young people to make decisions, especially when it comes to education or career. There are many options available today, and sometimes too much choice makes people confused. Young people also face pressure from parents, society, and social media, which can influence their decisions. In addition, lack of experience makes it harder to predict the long-term consequences of a decision. For these reasons, decision-making is often stressful for young people.
What kind of decisions do people usually regret?
In my opinion, people often regret decisions that were made too quickly without proper thinking. For example, choosing the wrong subject at university or accepting a job only for money without considering interest or growth opportunities. Some people also regret personal decisions, like ending relationships or moving to a new city without enough planning. Usually, decisions based on emotions rather than careful analysis are the ones people regret most.
Do you think people should rely more on advice from family and friends when making decisions, or should they decide by themselves?
I think both are important. Family and friends can provide valuable advice because they know us well and may have more experience. However, at the same time, personal decisions should ultimately be made by the individual, because only they will face the consequences in the long run. For example, when choosing a career, it's good to listen to suggestions, but finally follow your own passion and strengths. In my view, the best approach is to consider advice, but also trust your own judgment.
How has technology changed the way people make decisions today?
Technology has completely changed the way people make decisions. Nowadays, we have access to a huge amount of information online, which helps us compare options and make informed choices. For example, before buying something, people check online reviews or ratings. Students use the internet to explore different universities and courses. However, technology also creates challenges because there is sometimes too much information, and not all of it is reliable. So while technology has made decision-making easier in many ways, it also requires people to be critical and selective about the information they trust.